A WPC089 MPU and driver board combo. The MPU was sent indicating that it used to be reliable, but it was no longer booting. What I found on it was that the ASIC socket was cracked in this corner. So I have repaired that, and rather than replacing the ASIC socket, which I can do, it just takes longer. And this method works is you spread that apart, squirt a little crazy glue down in there, the liquid kind, not the gel, and then you bind this whole thing together with a zip tie and let it sit overnight, and it's generally good to go. So I've got one of my processors in it, I've installed NVRAM, and I've got the WPC DMD ROM and one of my ASICs in this board, and we are ready to test it along with the driver board. The driver board just needed the standard rehab power input headers, cap C5, cap C4, cap C2, power output headers. The GI headers on this board were really nice, so I just left them as they were. Let's test. And we're going to get a time and date not set. Normal when I just run this ROM. Switch test. Going through diagonally, proving that all switch rows and columns are working. Here's the cabinet switches. And those are all working also. Solenoid test for the driver board, and we will make it increment through the solenoids. And it'll do the first 16, and those are working correctly. Test the GI. And all 5 strings are dimming correctly. This driver board is putting out 4.93 according to my cheap Chinese voltmeter here. It's really probably about 4.97 because those things are off just a little bit. Test the lamps and the flashers at the same time. And both operating perfectly fine. So this MPU and driver board are good to go. I'm going to take these things outside and wash them down probably. And thank you so much for sending them.